You could be in class right now, but instead you're here with us.
Welcome to
Hot Takes
and Hall Passes. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Carla.
Great, welcome.
I'm Miss Price.
Hi guys, thank you for inviting me to do this. It's an honor.
Of course.
Thank
if you can
you.
just start out by introducing yourself.
My name is Eileen Price. I was an English teacher here at St. Stephen's for 19 years, teaching English literature and all different kinds of literature. And now I come back and I sub in the upper school because I just like being here.
Okay, well, I guess jumping right in. Where'd you grow up?
I'm an Army kid. I'm an Army kid and an Army wife, so I don't have a hometown. But now that I've been here in Bradenton since 2002, I call this home now. So it's nice to have a home state. But I grew up sort of all over the place in Europe and up and down the East Coast.
What was your favorite place?
It's like asking me who was my favorite child.
I mean, we all have a favorite.
I know. I graduated from high school in Naples, Italy. I really loved living in Italy. Mm-hmm. We didn't live on a military installation, so we all had to learn the language. And I still can remember it, which is nice. I went back a couple of years ago for my anniversary with my husband. My husband and I were posted in Germany, and our son was born there, so that's another place that I really have an affinity for as well.
Have you been back?
To Germany?
Yeah.
Yes. And we want to go back another time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How are you like as a student throughout the switches in every single high school?
You know, military kids are very resilient because there are places I lived for a year, some place for 2 years, one place for 5 months.
Yeah.
So you learn how to adapt and make friends very quickly. And I'm still in touch with people with whom I graduated from high school. And I graduated from high school in 1969. So that tells you how life is with military kids.
Yeah.
Where are they right now?
Well, let me see. We had a reunion in Shippensburg where I got my undergraduate degree last May. One is in Virginia, one's in Pittsburgh, one's in Texas, one's in Alaska,
Alaska.
and I'm here.
That's so funny about Alaska.
So yeah, that was quite a gathering.
Yeah, I bet. Like going back to your childhood, what was your family like when you were like growing up? I know that you were in the military and you traveled around, but who was like the person you were always drawn to or would always?
Well, my dad was gone on occasion. He was gone for 16 months to Korea. He was gone to different places. So my mother and I have had 2 other sisters. One of my sisters is now deceased, but we were really tight, and my mother made sure that we spent time with our extended family, my grandparents and my cousins and aunts and uncles. So I had a very normal, for lack of a better term, upbringing. Because sometimes kids who live in families that travel don't get to really spend a lot of time with their families. Mm-hmm. And my parents always made sure that we could.
That's really good.
It was really good.
With family as well, do you guys have any family traditions or special activities or hobbies you like to do?
Well, one of the ones that I remember, my mother had a friend, well, my grandmother had a friend who had no children. And she had this beautiful christening gown. It looked like something a royal would wear.
Yeah.
And she gave that to my mother, and it was 100 years old then.
Oh my gosh.
When I was a baby.
Yeah.
And both of my grandchildren wore that dress for their christening. So I think
gosh.
that's one of the best traditions,
It
I
is
think,
really special.
ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my mother, their great grandmother, dressed both of them for their christenings.
Oh.
So we like generational photos, generational gatherings.
Yeah.
Where we get to get, it is very much so.
Special.
Where'd you go to college?
I started at the University of Maryland overseas. When we came back from Italy, I knew I didn't want to go to the campus because I wanted a small school.
Yeah.
So I went to what was then Shippensburg State College in Pennsylvania. It's near Gettysburg. Now it is a huge college with over 20,000 students, I do believe. So it was small when I went there. I got my undergraduate degree in English, Speech, and Theater Arts. Then, while my husband and I were making our rounds as a military family, I went to University of Louisville in Kentucky and got a degree in paralegal studies, because at that time the paralegal field was huge. And I thought I wanted to do that. Finished that, we left, and went to Atlanta, and I started substitute teaching because I was bored staying at home. And my principal at the time said, Eileen, you're here all the time. Why don't you get certified in Georgia? Because I'm going to have a growth position. I want to hire you. So I went to the University of West Georgia and got certified and got a master's in secondary English education. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Aw. Well, those are like really good accomplishments.
Mm-hmm.
And then the education, how'd you end up at St. Stephen's, all the way from Georgia?
Well, that's a story in itself. My sister, whose children went here, my sister is an OBGYN and she had a practice here in Bradenton, went to a Christmas gathering and met Jennifer Fox, who was then the upper school director. Mm-hmm. And Jennifer Fox said to her, we're looking for an English teacher. And my sister said, my sister's an English teacher. Oh. I had no idea I was going to move anywhere. That was not in the plans at all. So Jennifer called me, and I came down on my spring holiday and had an interview. And she said, we'll let you know within a week. And they called me that night and said, we'd like to offer you a job.
Oh
and so
now the rest is history.
In 3 months,
yeah.
Right. We bought a house, sold a house, got one kid out of high school into college, got one kid out of college into the work field.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
So I tend to run like a little bit of a
busy schedule.
Yes, yes.
Oh my gosh. And you're still subbing, and
yes.
What makes you come back and to still sub and continue coming?
Yeah, this makes my heart beat a little fast because I really love being here at St. Stephen's. I have formed some of the most beautiful relationships, not only with the faculty, but with some of the students. I was just doing a text as we got started with a student who just finished her physician assistant program at UF, and now she just wrote me about where she's working and what she's doing. I mean, I've known Lindsay Weaver since she was, I can say her name, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I've known Lindsay since she was in 9th grade. So she's doing that. Sophie Billick is in medical school at UMiami. Emma Vine is doing financial things. There are so many kids, and they stay in touch with me.
Yeah.
That's what touches my heart more than anything, is they all reach out. They text me, tell me about their accomplishments. I've gone to their weddings, met their children.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Yingling was one of my students.
Whoa, that's so nice.
Yeah, she was one of my students. So when I see her, and she's Dr. Yingling, I just think, wow, you guys are doing things in the world that are so needed. And I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
Plus, I have nice relationships with the students. When I come back here, I feel very welcome.
You are welcome. That's something like everybody says, is that you truly do shape everybody's life, and you should be so proud of that, because everybody loves you so much. Like, I've only had you for 2 years now, but I already love you so much, and I look forward to when you sub all my classes, and it's fun.
Yeah, I enjoy it. This senior class is the one with whom I had the last real tight affinity.
Yeah.
I know that some of the underclassmen, but that the kids here that are going to graduate in 2026 are ones that I know really well. Mm-hmm. That's not going to stop my feelings when I come here and I work with students. It's not going to change how much I really love, admire, honor. There aren't enough adjectives in the world. Scholars, scholar athletes, young men and women who are changing the world.
Yeah.
We've got attorneys out there. We've got one young man who is a judge now in Sarasota. It's just really, Army officers. I'm going to meet one of them, Emiliano Conchitoro. I taught in 9th grade, and my husband and I are going to D.C. on Thursday to attend a funeral on Friday, and I'm going to see Emiliano, who's now a captain in the Army. I wrote his letter for him to go to West Point.
Aww.
So I'll be seeing him. We'll be taking him out to dinner. So and we catch up. I just love it. I texted him and said, we're going to be in D.C. We'd love to see you. And without hesitation, he said, I'd like to see you and Mr. Price as well.
Oh, she's so amazing.
I'm going to send pictures back.
Yes, you should.
I'll send pictures back.
Yes. Kind of shifting gears, what was your favorite memory you have from teaching here with the English department?
Oh my gosh. Well, the English department, we're all renegades.
Yeah, I know.
We're all renegades, and we have so much fun together. It's just, we're all very intelligent faculty, but I can always go to any one of my colleagues with any question about any approach to anything, and there's always someone there to answer.
Mm-hmm.
and to give you advice, and not make you feel that you shouldn't be asking it because you're a teacher. So I like that. I really like Spirit Week. I had
Yeah, it's fun.
I had a whole bunch of costumes and outfits that I bought over the years, and I gave all those to Mrs. Elisha for the theater.
Aw.
But
They still
that-
use it as well, the
yeah,
costumes?
I think they probably will, because I had like a Cleopatra one, and
Oh.
I had a Statue of Liberty. I had all these different costumes that I would buy from Party City.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So I really enjoyed that. I like the way, and I hope students feel like this as well. I like the way students are encouraged to find a common goal when they have the different competitions, and to really respect each other. I think that's so important, and that's something that we're not seeing in the world a lot these days. So you're really fighting with social media what you see and hear, and then what you are told to live with. I think they clash a little bit. So
Yeah.
I think the fact that we have character education at St. Stephen's is really, really valuable.
It is.
I value that too.
And I've learned a lot from my students.
Yeah.
You know, I never went into the classroom thinking I'm the end all and be all. You know, there are things that I learned from you all too.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
If you could give one last piece of advice for students or teachers or faculty watching this, what would you say?
For students, I would say follow your dreams, because your dreams become your goals, and your goals become your reality. Follow what you think is right for yourself. So that would be my advice that I always said to my students. Whatever you think you want to do, pursue it. And that's the amen moment.
That
I
is amen.
will sure
Amen.
try. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank
Well,
Miss
it was my
Price.
pleasure and honor
Great.
to
Yes.
be here and be part of this,
Yes.
right next door to what used to be my classroom.
Well, we loved having you here.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you, Miss Price.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you
Thank
so much for watching.
Hot takes.
And hall passes.